Welcome. Today we are going to review on how to interpret data when we are given a table. We will get our linear equation y and our correlation coefficient r, and we will utilize the graphing calculator to get our equation, and we will use the functionality linear regression, which we have seen in the past. So let's get started. The data below includes a hotel's distance from Times Square and the cost of a room for 1 weekend night. So here are my x values and here are my y values. So when my x value is 0, which means I am in Times Square, then I'm paying $293. And if my x value is 3, which means I'm 3 blocks away from Times Square, then I pay less, $185. If I am 19 blocks away from Times Square, then I end up paying $111, so which is less. So it seems that as noticing, we can say that the farther you are from Times Square, the less money you'll have to pay for a hotel room for 1 weekend night. And the closer you are to Times Square, the more you'll have to end up paying. And let's see, if I were to figure out how much would a room cost me if I am, let's say, 5 blocks away from Times Square or 25 blocks away. So we need our linear regression equation. So let's get started. So everyone, let's take our handy dandy calculators and we can start entering our data. So let's hit stat and we are going to select edit. Make sure it's highlighted in red, press enter. And if your L1 and L2 are not clear, just press the clear button to clear it out. And so our first entry here is 0, followed by another 0, and then 1. So let's do that. So 0, enter 0, enter 1, enter 1, enter 3, enter 4, enter 7, enter 14, enter 19. Okay, and then I can scroll up here and then start entering L2. L2 is 293, 263, 244, 224, 185, 170, 219, 136, and 111. Just make sure all your data is entered correctly so we get the accurate answer. The next step would be hit stat again, okay? And this time we are going to select calculate. So I'm gonna take my right arrow and select calculate. You can also hit the calculate option here. And we need the function linear regression ax plus b, okay? So make sure that you select this second option. It's highlighted in red. Depending on your calculator, it may be at different positions, but we need the linear regression ax plus b. And I'm just going to write it down. So it's linear regression ax plus b. That's the one we need. Okay, so let's look into it. So I select option 4 here and I press enter. And it's telling me that I entered data on L1 and L2. Good. And then you're gonna press another enter. And now it's gonna give you a bunch of this information, okay? And well, this is the equation of a line, and it's telling you the a value, b value, and r. So the first thing, it's always a good idea to jot this information down, okay? So this was our functionality, and when I hit all that, I'm gonna just jot down what I received. I got y equals ax plus b. I got my a value to be -7.63. My b value was 246.56. And I'll jot down the r as well, which is my correlation coefficient. R equals 0.866. All right, so what we can do now is we can put the calculator on the side. And well, we need the linear regression equation, which is y equals ax plus b. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to substitute the a and b value into the equation. So I have y equals ax plus b, and I'm just going to substitute So substitute a and b into the equation. So then I end up with y equals, my a value is negative 7.63, so negative 7.63x, and the b value is 246.56, so plus 246.56, and that's it for the answer. Now this so this is another question. I think we can say that this is question number 2 here. Okay, so question number 2 says, state the correlation coefficient, explain what it means in regards to the context. So our R value is 0.866, so you're gonna state that first. You can say, well, R equals 0.866, okay? And what does it mean in the context? You can say, well, if it's closer to 1, this number is closer to 1, it means that there's a strong relationship between the distance from Times Square and the cost of a room. So just need to specify that. So this means that there is a strong relationship between the distance from Times Square and the cost of your room. Okay, so everything is really dependent on your R value. So if your R value is close to 0, then there is a weak relationship between the variables that we are given. Okay, and if R is 0.5, then you say there is a moderate relationship between your variables. And so everything really depends on your R value. And you can also have R to be negative as well, so it means that there is a strong negative. Okay, and so let's look into the next question. So the next question is asking us, using the equation in 1, find the cost of a room 20 blocks away. Oh, okay, so well, my equation was, what was my equation? Y equals negative 7.63x plus 246.56. So they're saying when my x value is 20, what would my y value be? Well, you can, use this equation and enter it on your calculator, or we can do it by hand, but we're going to use our calculator. So let's take the calculators here. Okay, and let's go to y equals. All right, so let's see. We're going to enter that equation, which is negative 7.63x. So I'm going to put it up here so you can see exactly how we are entering this. So this negative sign, 7.63, this x here, plus 246.56, plus 246.56, okay? And now we are going to go to our table. And how do you do that? It's the second button, right? So you hit that and then the graph, because you will get the table. So second graph, and you get the following table. And so I'm gonna have my x values here and the y values here. I'm looking for when my x value is 20. So all the way scroll up, all the way where you see x value is 20. So when my x value is 20, I'll end up paying $93.96. So you gotta write that down. So what you need is, so you're gonna say find the cost of room 20 blocks away. You can say, so how much did we say? 96.96. You can either say when x equals to 20, y equals to 93.96. Okay, or you want to put a sentence, the room would cost $93.96, which is fine. And pretty much that's about it for a question like that. So you really need to know your functionality on the calculator and what the question is asking you to find. And that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.